Hello guys, this is Alain again, and now we're going to talk about mesh analysis. But before we're going to talk about mesh analysis, we should know some definition of terms or the terms that are being used when you're using a mesh analysis. And to furthermore understand these terms, let's have a sample circuit. So the first term is a branch. Now, what is a branch? It is a single path in a network composed of one element and the node at each end of the element. So let's look at our sample circuit. So this is a branch. We have one element and the nodes of each end of the element. So that is a branch. Now we will know what is a path. The path is the set of nodes and elements that was passed not more than once. So we will have that. So this is an example of a path wherein if you will see the arrow, it passes through 20-volt voltage source, 5 ohm resistor, and another 30 ohm resistor, another voltage source, and goes back to the voltage source. Now that is what we call a path, and it only passed through the elements just once. It did not pass again. And if you want, and this path is also called a closed path or a loop, which is it is a path where the first node that was started is the same node that was ended. If you try to study again, it starts on the positive side of the 20-volt voltage source and it ends up back to the same node. So that is a closed path. We also have a so-called open path wherein it is the opposite of the closed path. It doesn't go back to its starting point. That is an open path. But in mesh analysis, we only doing a mesh on a closed path. If it's not a closed path, then it cannot be made or it is not going, we cannot use mesh analysis. Now another we're going to have is a mesh. So what is a mesh? Accordingly, a mesh, it is a loop that no other loop can be made. So it is the smallest loop that can be made in the circuit. Such as for this example, so the smallest arrow that you can see or the smallest loop that you can see is what we call a mesh. So the path is not a mesh, but a mesh can be a path. So remember, all mesh are loop or a closed path, but not all loop are meshes. So if somebody will ask you if the mesh is a loop, yes, a mesh is a loop, but a loop is not always be a mesh. Now another thing to know is the so-called planar or non-planar circuit. Non-planar circuit is a circuit that can be drawn in a planar surface with overlapping of wire. Now what is a planar surface? As we all know, planar surface is a plane surface. So accordingly, mesh analysis, it is a method used to solve planar circuit problem with the use of KVL or Kirchhoff's voltage law. So remember, so the condition is that it must be a planar circuit. If it's not a planar circuit, you cannot use mesh analysis. There's another method that can be used if it's non-planar circuit, but on this matter or on this part, we only considering a mesh analysis. So what's the procedure in using mesh analysis? So the first procedure in using mesh analysis is that we should ensure that the circuit is planar. So if at first glance you cannot really see that it's a planar one, so let's redraw the circuit. If at first glance you can see that the circuit is already a planar, so there's no need to redraw the circuit. So the next thing, or the next step, is draw a mesh in the circuit. So let's draw a mesh. So remember that a mesh is the smallest loop that can be drawn in the circuit. And a tip is that if you have a number of mesh, the number of mesh is just equal to the number of equations and unknowns that you can develop, or that you must develop, or must create in the circuit. So if you have 4 meshes, therefore there will be 4 equations in 4 unknowns. So after you're going to create the said mesh, we're going to use KVL in every mesh. So we're going to use the Kirchhoff's voltage law in every mesh. Now for the people who don't know how to use Kirchhoff's voltage law, so better review your KVL. And for those who want to have more about my lecture, you may view some of my videos, which as I already had a nodal analysis for those who don't know nodal analysis. And don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe on my video so that you will know if I post newer ones. So let's continue. After using KVL in every mesh, we'll now solve for the unknowns. So, but before we're going to use KVL, there are things to remember in using mesh analysis. So the first thing is the current flow. So if there's a voltage source in the circuit, when the current enters to the negative side of the voltage source, therefore in your KVL, the value of the voltage will be negative. If it's entering to the positive side of the voltage source, then the value will be negative. And as a rule of the thumb, in resistor, it is always been assumed that the current enters to the positive side, unless otherwise it is stated or specified on the circuit itself. So, as what I said, when it enters to the negative side, the voltage value on your KVL will be negative, and if it enters on the positive side, the voltage value of your KVL is in positive, same as with the resistance. So remember, if there's no sign that was put on the resistor, it is always assumed that the current enters from the positive side to the negative side. Now, in order to furthermore understand how to use mesh analysis, we will have an example. So here's an example number 1 where we're going to use mesh analysis with independent voltage sources on it. So here's an example of the circuit. So what you can see, so the first thing to do is ensure that the circuit is planar. Since we don't have overlapping wires on this circuit is a planar circuit. Now the next one is to create a mesh. So in example number 2, there's a problem that find the power at 4 ohm resistor. So this is a mesh analysis with dependent and independent sources on it. So here's a circuit example. So what you can see, we have 3 voltage sources, 2 independent voltage sources, as 1 dependent volts. Now, dependent volt is dependent on the current I1 which is flowing through the circuit. Now, as the procedure steps says, first is to know that ensure that the circuit is a planar. Since this is a planar circuit, no overlapping, so we can proceed using mesh analysis. So if it's non-planar, you cannot use mesh analysis. So remember that. Do not use mesh analysis on a non-planar circuit. So the next thing is, yes, draw the mesh. So in here, we can create two mesh in this equation. The value of I2 as negative 59 over 41 super mesh. So thank you for listening, and for those who have not yet subscribed